WHOV News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to your Scripps Howard News Watch. I'm Joshua Senegal.
And I'm Mariah Baylor.
The names of the 3 Marines involved in Thursday's double murder and suicide have been revealed. The incident occurred at the Marine Corps base in Quantico, Virginia. Lance Corporal Sarah Castromata and Corporal Jacob Woolley were the victims, while authorities say Sergeant Eusebio Lopez was the shooter. Castromata, who was 19, and Woolley, who was 23, were both highly decorated Marines, with both having earned National Defense Service Medals and Global War on Terrorism Service Medals, as well as several others. Lopez was a tactics instructor at the base's Officer Candidate School. He had deployed as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom and in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. The shooting remains under investigation by the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. Imagine being 9 years old and having to try to save your father's life. Early on Sunday morning, Alejandro Rentiero was driving with his daughter along the Sierra Highway in Acton, a rural area in California, when he failed to make a sharp turn and careened off the road. The SUV fell 200 feet into a ravine and rolled over several times before coming to a stop upside down. Sergeant Tom Lackey of the California Highway Patrol says that this is when the girl took matters into her own hands.
Remarkably so, the young lady was 9 years old, and she survived the collision. She noticed that her father was unresponsive, and so she felt compelled to go try to render aid for him.
The girl managed to free herself from the vehicle and began walking towards a distant home to get help for her father, who was unconscious. When she reached the home, no one was there, so she walked back to the SUV to check on her father before she hiked 200 feet up the embankment to the highway. She was able to flag a passing motorist who quickly called the police. Unfortunately, by the time authorities arrived, Rentiera had died of his injuries. Meanwhile, the girl, who suffered minor bruises, will remain under observation at a hospital until tomorrow.
A family is seeking legal action and financial compensation after the funeral home they employed prepared the wrong body for a funeral service. The widow of James Jim Wagner III arrived at the Holloman Brown Funeral Home on Cedar Avenue last April, only to find another person in her husband's casket wearing his clothing, according to a pair of lawsuits filed in circuit court. Each lawsuit, one filed by Candace Wagner and one by Nathan Wagner, seeks $850,000 in damages. Through their lawyer, Wagner's widow, Candace, and one of his sons, Nathan, declined to comment on the incident. In one of the lawsuits, attorney Randall E. Appleton said Candace Wagner still experiences nightmares, panic attacks, and flashbacks of seeing another man in her husband's casket and clothing. Officials with Holloman Brown did not return messages or an email seeking comment. Traffic is backed up 8 miles on I-64 West at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel as the left lane was blocked for pothole repairs. All lanes are now open after a 3-foot to 4-foot pothole was discovered before 9:30 a.m. this morning, said Brooke Groh, a spokeswoman for the Virginia Department of Transportation. Around 9:45 a.m., crews learned of a water line rupture under the roadway and will repair the line overnight in the oncoming weeks, she said. The Virginia Department of Transportation advises drivers to use an alternate route, like the I-664 Monitor Merrimack Memorial Bridge Tunnel. Though last night's snow was a little discouraging, hopefully we have some luck for tomorrow and later on in the week. Ashanti, what's going on with weather?
Thanks, Mariah and Josh. Today we are looking at partly cloudy skies with 30% chance of rain. Temperatures are set at 37 degrees throughout the night. Bundle up and keep warm. Most importantly, stay smiling. I'm Ashanti Scott reporting from the WHOV Weather Center. Nick, tell me about sports.
Sad day for all Pirates fans. Yesterday, the Lady Pirates lost the NCAA tournament to the Duke Blue Devils with a score of 67-51. With 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game, the Blue Devils took a 10-2 run, putting the team in the final lead of the game. Great season, Lady Pirates. 26 as in the Miami Heat's 26th straight win this season. On Sunday, the Heat defeated the Charlotte Bobcats with a score of 109-77. Dwayne Wade could not be a part of this victory due to a knee injury, but LeBron James took charge with 32 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Last night, the Houston Rockets dominated the San Antonio Spurs with a score of 96-95. Guard James Harden led the Rockets with 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. This is Nick Gaston with your WHOV News Sports Report. Back to you guys.
Well, that's all we have for your Scripps Howard News Watch today. We'll be back tomorrow with all of your news headlines, weather, and sports. On behalf of the entire News Watch team, I'm Joshua Senegal.
And I'm Mariah Baylor.
Have a great evening.